Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Saturday night. I feel all right. Woo. It's Rook time. Rooking it. I don't know. Rook doesn't really rhyme with anything. Like, we got Proust days, you know, Rat Rig Tuesdays. And we just got Fabreeko Kit Rook Mark 1 Saturdays. Yay. But yes, it is Saturday night. We've got ourselves a nice little Rook of a printer here. And we are at the... We're at the wiring portion, right? Wiring. So, I was told to print some parts after the last stream. I've got those here. And we are going to start wiring up the Rook today. Before we do that, though, let's do a detour. Because I've got... we did some shopping today. So I hit up the Costco and I picked up like 20 gallons of ISO. So I need to print something on the resin machine and I don't know what. So if anyone has any good suggestions, oh, is the overlay bugging out? The overlay's bugging out. Overlay, refresh. There we go. So we need to print something on that. I don't know what, but we need to print something. The right one? I do have the right one. Good, good, we're good. Okay. So we got all that, 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 got all that. Sweet. Photos Mint Mandalorian. The thing is, it's a little, I don't want to say overdone. It just seems like overdone. But Photos Mint does do good stuff. Ooh, you do material. What is his most downloaded stuff? We got that. I've already got a Balrog. Got that. Now let's do the material. Is it a single piece? Saturn size, M2 size. That's a lot of pieces. I don't want to print a lot of pieces. Material bust. Is this one piece? I just want to do a pre-supported one. There we go. Bust pre-supported. There we go. That's downloaded. I did put Cheeto Box on here. Oh wait, no, that's the installer. I installed Cheeto Box. Where is it? There we go. Sure. Steal all my data. Why don't you? Okay. Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've used Cheeto Box. Settings? No. How do I change the printer? Okay. Elegoo. Mars for Max. Okay. Resin, we're just using the normal stuff. What's the exposure time it recommends? Let's see here. 3.5 seconds and bottom 35. So 3.5 seconds for that. Bottom? I don't know where the bottom is. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Okay, cool. Save. Do I just do that? Okay. Upload. Downloads. Pre-supported. There we go. Where's his face? Oh yeah, he doesn't have a face, does he? He doesn't have a face. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no face. Let's download the base since we could do it all at once. Base hollow support. There we go. You go over there. You go over there. Slice. Yeah. And then we wait. Has importable profiles. Okay. Save. We're going to save that to the USB drive. Save. And now we have to wait. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? When is YouTube going to give a full screen and chat box option? I honestly wish I knew. If you're referring to if you ever watch on Twitch, Twitch has like what's the button called, like cinematic or whatever mode, where it basically like bumps out the stream to almost a full screen, but you still get chat on the side. YouTube is kind of shit when it comes to chat integration. That's why I put chat on the screen here. So for those that watch this on a TV or like to watch full screen and not so much interact with chat, you still have that ability. Okay, so that is done. Open the folder. Elegoo uses .goo files. Cool. Take the SD card out. Put that in there. Hit print. That. Print. There we go. And if you're wondering about the print from yesterday's stream, here it is. This is the Rook that we printed on yesterday's stream. On the Elegoo. I did drop it though. So I had to like do get a little bit of resin and kind of glue it back together. I did drop it, but it came out fine. It's a resin print. It looks really good. It's a resin print. What do you expect? It's a resin print. They all look good. So that's homing over there. That machine's quiet. You're not going to hear it run. So yeah. Okay. Gary gifted 1 community membership. Cheers, Gary. Am I higher than I normally am? No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Okay. So yeah, so let's get to the Rook. So we'll close all this out. So again, for those that don't know, this is a Rook. The Rook Mark 1. There's now a whole like family of Rook derivative machines, but this is the Rook Mark 1, which is the base one. It's mostly printed. It's a mostly printed 3D printer. It's Core XY. And this kit is from Fabreeko. So if you're interested in this kit, I don't have a discount or anything for it, but there is a link in the video description to go check it out. It is from Fabreeko. They did send me this kit free of charge to build on the stream, and that's pretty much the extent of any sponsorship or anything like that. They're not paying me. Words and opinions are my own. Blah, blah, blah. YouTube disclosure. So where we left off last stream, we had it assembled and built, but I did print some new parts. So we're going to swap those right now because they're supposed to be more rigid. That's not it. So we have some parts here we got to swap out to make it a little bit more rigid. And then also, we're on to wiring now. So we got to wire everything up and make it do the things we want it to do, which is, 3D print. Which, if a Tico can do it, this can do it. And I expect better prints off this than the Tico. If not, I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed. So I do need to put a heat set in. So where is my heat set? You would think, considering, I've been out here a week, that things would be organized still. You would think wrong. There's my heat set. There we go. There we go. So let that heat up. Grab a single heat set. Or actually, how many heat sets? I gotta put a few heat sets in here. There we go. Printed with some sort of reinforcement for a while. Anyone remember what brand? I've played around with reinforced stuff, but I've never like printed a ton of it. For when I travel, take it with me and print stuff for the nephews. Here's the thing with the Rook. The Rook is a really cool design. However, it is a fully printed 3D printer. So if you're traveling with this thing a lot, I wouldn't call it fragile, but it's a bit fragile. That's Italian for fragile. Because it is fully printed. Something like this, you throw it in your trunk, maybe a bit susceptible to like cracks and dings and whatnot. I would highly recommend something more like a V0 if you wanted a printer to travel with. It just makes a bit more sense in my opinion, if you're looking for a travel printer. So, has no diagonal bracing. You don't need diagonal bracing. A machine this small, you don't need diagonal bracing. Like, if you can't build a cube this small, sturdy enough for basic printing operations, what are you doing? This is all ABS, but I mean more like a frame built out of aluminum extrusions. Like, put it this way, even, okay, last year at Murph, I brought the Micron? The Micron. I brought the Micron to Murph. I put that in the trunk of my car and I drove to Murph with it. And 2 of the motor mounts broke. Like the motor mounts, the Z motor mounts just sheared. Just from sitting in my trunk, driving. Like nothing was sitting on the printer, it was just sitting there and just driving, took out the motor mounts. So considering this is entirely 3D printed, you might be a little, you might want a little bit more precaution. So this right here is the hot end mount, but it's like a slightly modded version of it that's supposed to be more rigid. So that's why we're swapping it out, because rigidity. That was a Ford Focus. Yeah, and I was still driving on normal roads. Like, it isn't that bumpy of a ride. What about the positron? The positron's not really out yet. LDO's kit is in the works. And when that finally does get finalized, I will be building one. But it's a surprising amount of work to take something that's kind of like a one-off trade show demo and actually turn it into a mass producible, repeatable thing. That's why it's taking so long. If you watch my video from Rapid TCT, where I talk with Jason about it, we talk about how, like, he touches on how long it's taking to get that thing into production. And a lot of the reason is because the machine was never designed to be a mass-produced kit. It was just kind of like a trade show demo type thing. Like, you know, hey, we did it just to do it. So when you take something like that and turn it into an actual machine that people can buy, synchro mesh wire, that synchro mesh stuff is an absolute pain to source apparently. And when you order it, you get a batch, and then if you want another order of it, you're waiting like months, maybe more. So yeah, production engineer. Yeah, it's a huge thing. Like, it is like an actual thing that a lot of people don't realize. You know, somebody comes out with a video of a printer and it looks really cool, but how often, especially in 3D printing, do you see a video of something come out and it's like, oh, this is going to be the next thing, and then all the discords get all crazy about something, and everyone's like, this is the next thing, and then people start saying this will kill Prusa and whatever other company that's a stalwart industry standard, and for some people hate on. or whatever. You know, this is going to change. This is going to kill Voron. And then you never hear another thing about it again. How often does that happen? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me find. Is it a Kickstarter? I'm trying to find it. It was a tool changer. It was a tool changer, and it had like a rotating index of tools. And when that came out, everyone's like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I'm like, I'll let you know when it comes to market. It's been like a year. There hasn't been a single update. It's like, it's one thing to show off a demo in a controlled environment. Coconi soda. It's another to show up at somebody's house and try to demo it and your machine doesn't work. Coconi soda. So, Jake, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, it has its own place in the world. The Rook is meant for STEM, and yeah. Yeah, like, that's why when there's a whole bunch of variations of the Rook, and power to them. I've got nothing against, like, the Rook variations that exist, right? But I'm firmly of the opinion the Rook should just stay as it is, because it's really good at what it is, which is just a simple entry-level printer. So once you make, you know, versions of this thing that are designed for high-speed printing, and versions of it that are, oh yeah, it's in the back here. Like 2020 extruded version, then it's not the same printer, in my opinion. Like, it's derived from the Rook, but it doesn't follow the design ethos of the Rook. So, now I haven't really looked too much into the 2020 version, so I can't be, I'm not sure how different it is, but it's just, you know, it's different. Like it's its own thing. What's this, a Rook? It is a Rook. Speaking of, anyone go to Open Sauce? I know that's today, although actually considering time zones, you're probably still there, so. Which is a carrot. Yes, this is a carrot. Coconi Soto, Tico. I got my Tico there. There's no video tomorrow. I was hoping to record a video today, and I just, busy day, never got around to it. But I am going to do a video on the Tico, because I'm actually kind of impressed on it. I think I'm going to be the first person to say something like that. Now, granted, the company's dead, so it's not like I'm selling anything. But I'm still waiting for somebody. I fully expect somebody to call me a Coconi shill in the video description. I fully expect that to happen. Shall I use this color scheme for the Cynthia? No, the Cynthia, I think I'm going to do a like OD green type setup. Okay, this is, how is this one more unstable? Yeah, I guess they're both kind of unstable. One second here. Tico shill. I'm driving all the sales to Tico right now. Andrew, $10. Your share of the Tico shill money. Is anyone from Tico even still involved in 3D printing? I know the company's dead, but like, because it would be cool to have somebody who was involved with Tico actually for the video that I want to do on it. Now, I think that would be kind of cool just to have somebody from the company kind of just be there to talk about it. They all went to Crowley work on the K1. Are those shipping yet? Can people get their K1 Maxes yet? Do those exist? Oh, wait. How did I get a Tico? Very carefully. And by very carefully, I was at Murph and somebody had one and I'm like, hey, do you want to trade for it? And they're like, sure. So now I have one. Saw a YouTube review. Was it an actual review or was it somebody taking it out of a box and just printing the demo prints and reading the spec sheets? I know Chep did a review on one. The thing is, I'm thinking a lot of people seem to be very glossing over the clipper issues that that machine has. The fact that it's running like butchered, hacky, non-standard clipper. And nobody really seems to be like, none of the reviewers, every review is like, oh yeah, it's just kind of, it's not standard clipper. Hopefully they open source at the end. And I'm like, there's a bit more to it than that, guys. There we go. Like, I remember they said they were going to send me one too, and I still haven't received it. So, okay, this seems a lot more rigid there. Now the question is, where are those screws that I had that I lost? Well, those are gone. Fell off the front. The front fell off? Not again. Not again. Acrylic's on because it's butcher clipper and they made it worse with the K1. So I'm saying, yeah, like I want to get one just to like actually dive into it to see what's going on with it. Because, you know, I can say like here's the thing. I really don't like giving me my opinion on things I personally don't have experience with, right? So I would like to get my hands on a K1 so I could actually like dive into it and see what I really don't like on it and what I do like, so I can actually give a proper opinion. So hope the front doesn't fall off the Subaru. It better not. I just got it. And just see if there's a bigger bamboo printer. We'll see. They're probably hanging on to it just to wait until something comes out so then they could release it. So that way they get sales now instead of sales later. But we'll see. I only imagine why Crowley wants. They said they were going to send me one. They also send, there's a few reviewers that I know that are waiting on ones they said they would be sent. And we are told that they're not sending them because the machines need to be fixed first and they're not ready, yet they're selling the machines. So as you, a consumer who is buying these machines, that should not make you feel good. Like Prusa doesn't send out review units usually, right? Because they send units to paying customers instead of, you know, free units to reviewers. But some companies, you know, it's marketing budget. Those review units are marketing budget. Okay, that does feel a lot. It's still like not the most stiff hotend in the world, but again, there's no forces acting on it. Okay, so that is that. Let's pull up the actual manual here to make sure we didn't miss anything. So that was all that. So we got down to that. Do we have the controller boards in here? Do I got the controller boards? Yep, we got the controller boards in there. That is that. Okay. So now we got to wire this zombie mod. Yeah, the zombie mod. So now we got to wire everything up. Real men don't read manuals. Yeah, you do. That's how you know you're doing it right. Okay. So we've got that. We got a power supply, which I had. Oh, it's over here. Got that, got that. Got these printed parts, go there. Power supply. Sherpa. Oh yeah, I gotta put the Sherpa together. That's right. That's what I gotta do. Sherpa time. So there's the power supply. How does a Sherpa go together? Is there instructions here? Guide on printing Rook, follow on Google, videos, support me on Patreon. Rook build manual. I'm just wondering if the Sherpa's in here. I'm trying to follow the manual as much as I can. So these ones are a lot beefier for the front idlers. So I'm wondering why these idlers look a lot beefier than the idlers that we got on this kit. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Hello? Hello? Thought I heard doggo. So yeah, so I'm not sure why those look like everything else looks near the same, but they Fabreeko change. I wonder why. I wonder, is it just not worth it type change, or just curious? Okay. So mount that, mount that. There's your wiring diagram. So I'll keep this open. So yeah, there's nothing in here for the Rook. So, or the Sherpa. So let's pull up some Sherpa instruction. There's like, I hear something at the door, but there's nothing at the door. Okay, so that's a Sherpa. Build instructions. Assembly guide. There we go. I like Gulsifer. Are these the Gulsifer ones? Hey guys, we're finally building something from Annex. Okay, so I've got the BMG Sherpa mini kit. I've got a motor. I've got some Allen keys, and I got some, oh, the printed parts. Uno, dos, tres, four. I think there's like only 4 printed parts to this thing. Post it in the Discord. Let me check. Gear measure exactly after pulling it. Okay. So what should it be? Okay, so you posted this, but what am I looking for? What is the actual clearance supposed to be? I need a number here. .6. Okay. So let's take a looky-loo here. How much filament does the Rook need? In my opinion, buy 2 boxes. You're gonna need 1 spool of your main color and 1 spool of your accent color. It already has the gear on it. I think we're okay. I don't know. The gear is already on, or the bearing's already on it. Yeah, get 2 spools. You're gonna need 2 spools anyways, because you're gonna, unless you want to print it all in black. In that case, I would still get 2 spools just in case, because guess what? It's filament. It's not gonna go bad. You're gonna use it at some point. But 1 spool of main color, 1 spool of main accent. Like, I still have, I've still got plenty of orange and green left up there. And these were partial spools when I started. So. Okay, so let's build a Sherpa. Okay, so we have a bunch of parts here. So I got this, I got that. Ooh, do I have this guy? I hope I have that guy. Uh-oh. I only have this guy. I don't have this guy. Did I forget to print it? Or is this the same as this? Are these both latches? I think these are both latches. Okay. Install bearing heat sets. Okay, let's put the heat sets in. Let's put the heat sets in. Yeah. So I printed everything, so. I need to get something to put this in while I'm printing. Okay, so this is that. So heat set there, heat set there. Okay. I know, I'll hang it off here because that's all metal at least. As a local from the Bay, I really wish I was at Open Sauce. I seen a picture of what is it, Joel, Stefan, Angus, and who else? Somebody else was on the floor there. They did like a little speech thing or talk. I'm like, oh. There is a Voron booth there. Max is there, Steve is there, and Whopping is there. So there is a Voron presence there. Yeah, there is a Voron presence there, but yeah. Those BMG gears that were out of spec causing a lot of trouble. Well, hopefully these ones aren't them. And if they are, well, fixing it is content. And I need to get more lighting in here. I'm still pretty dark. I think I need I need to get some shop lights over here. I got no lights over here. I only got light over there. I need to sort out lighting in here. Problem is, I was at Costco today, and they have these really nice shop lights, and they're called Coda. And that's what I have in the basement. The problem is, I want to try and stick with like 5500K for the temperature, and these are only 4,000. I'm still tempted to get them because they all are, you can daisy chain them together, but they have a remote, so you can turn them on and off individually still. But they're only 4,000K, and I much prefer like 5500. So in terms of lighting, we have no, oh, we have some lighting. You can see me now. Go. Unplug you. Truggy, $49.99. Cheers. What the hell? Mooshed enough off your content. Cheers. Appreciate it. It's not mooging. It's educational content. And it's brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. All I know is I probably shouldn't really be in here right now because I just dumped like 8 bottles of ISO into a bin, and then I forgot to close the bin and went inside for a bit and then came out here and then closed the bin. So it is a little alcohol-y in here, and not the good alcohol-y. How is the resin print going, by the way? That's what that noise is. I've been hearing like a noise. And I thought it was something at the door. I thought it was Coda at the door. Because every now and then I just hear like just a thunk. It's the print peeling off the FEP. It's the print peeling off the FEP. Okay. 4,000 makes me look. Maybe I will just get those because they're at Costco and they're like 49 bucks each. What are you on my ceiling? No, that's just screw head. Dang it, screw head poking out. Okay. Install the bearings and heat sets. Okay, so we got that. So one of these bearings is already in, so I don't know which bearing is what. I'll put the bearings in later when we get to it. So that is that. That is that. Okay. Well, one of these gets a bearing. This gets a bearing. Am I missing a bearing? I've got one bearing on here. I've got the one bearing in here. There's no bearing here. I think I'm missing a bearing. We've got one needle bearing. I think I should have two. There should be two, unless you... Oh, there's the other one. Oh shoot, I remember. This kit is one of the early ones and it's missing some parts, so I'm gonna have to acquire some things. David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Where you been, David? I haven't seen you in a while. Did you run off to California too for open sauce? Oh my God, it's David Randolph. Oh my God, we're so cool. Pretty sure I have alternative bearings that I can use if I need to. I've got a few BMGs downstairs I can rip and tear into. Okay, clean up the filament path with a 2mm drill bit. Well, as you can see here, I don't think we need to do that because that's a mighty good filament path there. I have a real business to run. No, you don't. No, you don't. Grind 1mm off the short end of the BMG shaft assembly. Yeah, we're not doing that. Build the rear idler arm. Okay, so clean the pivot shaft hole with a 3mm drill bit. Okay. The idler shaft is snap fit. Grease the idler bearings for assembly. Okay, so we got this. I need some grease. Do I have any grease? I want to grind the end of that shaft. It will dent the motor. I don't wanna. Plus, I don't know if I have anything to grind it out here. It's got to be what, 9.6 I was told? Where is my burner out here? It is. So it's got to be 9.6, and I have a total of... It's 1 mil. Oh wait, no, I'm measuring in inches. What am I doing? Fractions. Millimeter. .78 millimeters. All right, 1 millimeter off. Oh, okay. Are you in here? Oh. Are you in here? Yeah. That posted at 9.6 to 10. Well, like, what end am I measuring here? Because that's 18 mil. And this is 2.74 mil. So where's that 9.6 from? Oh, you're measuring including the... Yeah, I'm at 10.87. So yeah, I gotta grind a mil off. Yeah, so I gotta grind a mil off. Okay. Plug your ears, kiddies. Of course it grinds towards me. Of course it grinds towards me. Why wouldn't it grind towards me? Why wouldn't it? Why would it? Where'd I put my vise? I have a vise. There was a vise in here. Quick, somebody go watch the live stream where I took the vise out of here and I put it somewhere and tell me where I put it. Because I had a vise. And I took it off the shelf and I put it somewhere. And I don't know where I put it. Okay, two things. Grinding makes things hot. Hands are not meant to hold that. And two, that wheel is shit. I need to find my actual... Ah, shoot. Do I have my Dremel stuff out here? I don't know where my Dremel stuff went. I think I lost my Dremel stuff during all this moving around. Dremel stuff. Oh. No. Dremel stuff. Are you in here? Dude, I don't know where all my Dremel bits went. No, it won't be in here. Like, oh. Okay, one second here, one second here. So hold that. Do you hold that? No. Do you fit on here? You do, okay. Take that off. How big is that? 1/4 inch? Haha. There we go. Yeah. When in doubt, carbide. I forgot. I have my work toolbox out here. Ah, that's hot. I need vice grips. Do I have vice grips? I do. I've got vice grips. There we go. I plan to do any builds from Annex. I'm building a Sherpa. At one point, whenever Fabreeko gets K3 kits, I'll be building one. But until that point, no. Oh, where are safety glasses doing this? These are totally safety glasses. Good old carbide. Carbide is your friend. $10.8. Really? One second here. You over here? Do I have? No. I need a cup because this is getting too hot. I need a little cup. There you go. Oh, here we go. What are you? That'll work. It's a little moldy. I need to grind the other white protrusion on the end. I'm following the manual. Manual just says this. Unless you're talking about the pick on the Discord. Are you talking about the OD here? I got a pretty small OD, so I think the OD is okay. Like, are you talking about this little area here? Would that be safer with a vise? It would if I could find my vise. But just remember, I've done way sketchier things while getting paid. So. Like the fact that I'm showering my arm with metal shavings right now is taking me back. It's taking me back to the days of working in the tool shop. I don't remember those days. Hey boss, they forgot to cut a trench in this 90,000 pound fascia for a water pipe. Can we put it on the machine tonight? No, we don't have time. Here's a 3-inch carbide burr and an air powered grinder. Put some sleeves on and start grinding away 8 inches of metal by hand. We're not putting it on a machine. Okay. Well, I had a small belt sander. I do. It doesn't work though. I got to get it working. There you go. 9.7. I can live with it. By the way, stones are good to have. If you do anything with metal, get yourself a set of stones. They're nice. Okay. No, don't drink the water. Okay. Hey class, do I have any, is there any shiny in my beard? Are we good? Got any metal in my face? Okay, so now we can continue on where we left off. Drink the water. Okay. So, gotta put that together now. So got that. Got this. Unfortunately, we don't have no fancy close-up camera for this. I do. I just haven't hooked it up. 1 second. Oh. Camera 2. There we go. All right. Yeah. Okay, whatever. We got that. Now there's supposed to be a pin there, but we're missing that. So luckily, I happen to have, oh, hey, look, a whole bunch of pins. How long does that pin need to be? 120mm shaft. How long do these pins have to be? Where are these pins? How long are they supposed to be? I don't know if this is long enough. This might not be long enough. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, hopefully it works. If it don't, it don't. Was there a pin in the bag? There was only one pin. My first batch of kit, like my kit's one of the first batch of kits, is missing stuff. I've been told of that. I wish I remembered what I was missing. It would make things a lot easier, but I'm missing stuff. I know that as part of this kit. 2x20mm. Okay, I think one of these I can just use a screw. Assembly steps. Okay, insert the BMG shaft. Insert the shaft. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. Okay. You guys made me clear way too much. I did not need to clear that much out. Okay. Install the screws. That goes there. And 3/16s. Okay. Why does this have fancy green screws? We just went by the photos. There's supposed to be aluminum. Oh, that's right. This is designed to be a super lightweight extruder that we're going to mount to the frame. That doesn't move. Install the BMG gear. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah. So this right here, I'm going to have to substitute with a screw. So we put the one gear in. The one metal gear. Extra lightness. Pathetic. Seriously, aluminum screws pathetic. You guys couldn't spring for titanium? What is this, amateur hour? Aluminum. check the path on the beginning here. I know. If I can get this set screw to start without cross-threading it, I'll be super happy. That's what I'm worried about. Stupid thing, come on. Come on. Okay, what the heck? Why aren't you screwing in? I'm thinking that's M3. That's M3. It's gotta be M3. Yeah, it's M3. Okay. There's a frickin' burr. And of course this is hardened. There we go. There we go. Don't break the tap. Been debating on building one of these, got a win how. There you go. Something like this is asking to use leftover parts. Like if you have a bunch of old bearings and rods, are these 8 mil or no? They're 8 mil. If you got a bunch of leftover bearings and rods just floating around collecting dust, that's where this kind of shines. Like building this on its own is a fun thing, and if you've never built a printer before, this would be a fun, you know, intro to building a printer. But it's not. I wouldn't call it cost effective. Let's put it that way. Okay, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Shoot. Yeah, I gotta grind off that stupid nylon piece. That nylon piece is too long. Yeah. See, it doesn't, I can't push it in long enough, so I gotta... Is that what they were telling me to grind off earlier? Yeah, I was hoping to do wiring today. I wanted to do wiring, not grinding. So how am I supposed to cut that off? What's the easiest way to cut that off? Oh, it's actually... Is it this flange here I'm getting rid of, or this flange? Like, I'm shortening this flange, side cutters. So is it the rear flange or the longer flange? Which one am I chopping down? The bottom, so the shorter one. So I'm chopping this one. Not this one. No. Yes. Okay. Do you have an oscillating fan in front of me? No, it's not oscillating, but it's over there. I gotta have a bigger pair of these. No, where the gear rides. What do you mean where the gear? Okay. You need proper terminology for this thing. You said, I said bottom, and I pointed to that. Okay, so which one is it? Big flange go bye-bye, or small flange go bye-bye? Big flange or small flange? And why isn't this designed to work for clearance for all of them? Big flange go bye-bye. Okay. Does all of it go bye-bye, or a certain amount of it go bye-bye? 1 millimeter. This is the stupidest. Yeah, just eyeball a millimeter of nylon off. There we go. Cool. Hopefully that works. There we go. So that's good there. Why can't they just redesign the plastic part so there's more clearance? Okay, I'm gonna have to sand it still because there's stupid gears in there. Okay, one second here. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to percussively maintenance this thing. But I gotta push the stupid thing in. A little bit more. Oh no, my gear. There we go. Now we're good. Good thing. So I trimmed off a mil off the back because when you cut the nylon's stuck on it through a there's teeth in the rod. So I had to like tap it forward into that, but now we're good. Now we're good. Now line you up with the feed path. There we go. Feed path is lined up. Nope, shoot. That was not tight. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Just tap it in. And then, of course, strip the screw for good measure and hope you never have to take it out. Okay. Well, hopefully that's locked in. Okay. So we built that little guy. There. Put that in. This we're just going to have floating in the ether for now because we don't have the pin. I'm going to have to use a 3mm screw. And then we put our top on. What size screws do I use? Does not say. Okay. I'm assuming it's these ones. Is the bamboo shaking? The bamboo's not printing. You might be seeing the focus breathing from the autofocus. Might be tripping you up. But the bamboo's not printing, so. Song name? Harris Heller Stream Beats is the playlist. As for what song specifically? It is a musical song. Go. So that's that. Okay. So there's no tension system on this at all. Is there any spring? Oh yeah, the spring goes there. Okay, cool. So install a spring tensioner. Cool. Oh no, the spring. That goes that goes that. I'm missing a washer. That's okay. I've got washers. Washer acquired. Another washer and 3 washer. There we go. There we go. Okay, you go there. So first we put the gear on, or the, so I'm assuming we got these 2 screws here are what's left. Go gadget Rook. Musical music. It's people music. Beep boop, boop beep boop. Okay, so this does have an adjustment in it. So one side is just a clear through hole that you just screw in. So screw it in, leave it ever so slightly loose, and then put the other one in. And this side you can kind of move up and down. So you can kind of make sure the gears mesh properly. There we go. Okay. Then we can put that in there. There's your tensioner. Loading and unloading filament. That looks like a nice filament feed path. Okay, cool. So that's that. And done. Cool. How do I attach a Bowden tube to this? Oh. It helps if I use the piece that's meant for Bowden tubes. This is meant for direct feed. Hmm. One second while I take this all apart. Doo, 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 doo. Doo, doo, doo. Hello, Delmar. What's the build volume? It's like 120 cubed. How was the progress on the Mars? I'm doing, it's 3.5 seconds per layer, because that's what the filament it recommends. So that's what we're running it at. So I gotta put more heat sets in. Great. Sometimes my genius knows no bounds. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Also, that was really dumb. He used the wrong piece. Really dumb. Really dumb. Why did I do that? Oh, good thing this is I stripped the nut on this on the gear here. That's gonna make getting this out real fun. Have I seen the 100? I have. I don't really have a ton of interest in building one though. You are way too tight. Okay, let's try this. Go. Okay, you're out. Okay, cool. So this one instead. This is the one that takes heat set, or takes a boated cap. I printed 2 of them. I didn't realize that. I am a genius. Press 1 in chat if you agree I'm a genius. And also, don't forget to like that smash button. Because while I'm fixing my goof here, if you haven't had the chance yet, enter to win some Polymaker Filament. Every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker Filament. The chance to win that is in the video description, so go enter there. And then while you're down there, you know, why not like the smash button? If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe so you can so you don't miss out on other awesome content like this. And what else? Oh yeah, check out Fabreeko, because we're building a Fabreeko kit here. So, liking the smash button gives you 7 entries. You know what? I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. So maybe it does. Maybe it does. I can't enter my own contest, so I don't know. Okay. Genius content. Screwing up the parts for a build, so you have to rebuild the whole bloody thing. Yeah. I am the greediest. On there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes flying, and that goes there. That's an offer to give away Rook kit during the streams. Well, we still got several streams left, and not everything's a giveaway. Tangent time. As somebody who has now been involved in content creation, this kind of thing for coming on 3 years now, like seriously 3 years. The amount of people just wanting free stuff, like anytime somebody mentions they have a problem with a printer, anytime somebody mentions, you know, oh hey, like shows a picture of their print room with all their printers, or like just any sort of inkling of any potential of, like, I'm not calling you out by the way, of like, oh hey, we're showing off a printer, giveaway, can I have one? If you're not using it, I'll use it. Like it is getting, it has gotten really annoying how often it pops up, especially on like Twitter and whatnot, like the social medias, where it's like, you know, Grant will post a picture of his bamboo acting up, and then you get a million people, well, if you don't want it, I'll have it. Like it is, once you start seeing it, how often you see it, it is really annoying. So yeah. Just like free stuff. Oh, I know people like free stuff. It's just one of those things, once you see it, it's like when like, you know, hey, you buy a new car and all of a sudden you see it all over the road, right? It's kind of like one of those things. Once you know what to look for, you see it quite often. Another fun one, and this is something as a content creator you can partake more in than somebody who's not, is when you get those emails from like random company offering to demo something, and it's not something you're interested in, or it's you know, not always a hey, we'll pay you to say good things about our thing, but only if you say good things, and you ignore it or decline it. And then 2 months later, a whole bunch of videos come out and you see which content creators took that offer, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That's a fun one. Hey, Alex. I can never get these in right. I need a vise. It's free. They will complain they screw up more and appreciate you. Oh, it's. I can never get these stupid things in right. There we go. I think I got it without breaking it. There we go. Okay, so this is that, and this kind of just presses in there. Actually, I don't think I need that rubber gasket in here. Don't think I need the rubber gasket. I think I just, or do I need the rubber gasket? I can't remember if the rubber gasket is important for this. I know I need that part. Yeah, I'll just leave it all in. Yeah, I think I leave it all in. Okay. There we go. That's in. There we go. Okay. Always use rubber. Okay, there we go. And now that mounts there with some screws. Neat. Neat. Okay, box of screws. I don't know. These screws look long enough. 7 broken enders for 250 bucks. Oof. Why were they selling 7 of them? Like, you know, cheap enders are cheap enders. Nothing wrong with a cheap ender. Scrap it for parts at the minimum. For 250, I'd pick up 7. I would pick up 7 enders for 250. Make sure these screws aren't too long. Too long. I need 20 mils. Three by 20s. There we go. I'd ask for more. Like to sell them? Like personally, if I was showing up to buy them, I'd ask for less, but. Stupid pop-ups can be deleted from chat with the dev tools in Chrome. What pop-ups? There's pop-ups in chat? What pop-ups in chat? The heart. Oh yeah, the heart's really annoying. That what is that TikTok bullshit? That's some TikTok shit. I swear, TikTok has done more harm for content creation and like behaviors and like the industry than like anything. Okay, there we go. Wrong button. There we go. Look, we got an extruder on it. Okay, so now we got to wire this up. that, close that, close that. Okay, cool. That's Vine. I miss Vine. Vine was fine, okay? Here's the thing. Vine was 7 seconds. The reason Vine failed is because they couldn't monetize that stuff, so the company just bled money until they went out of business. But the actual platform was solid, in my opinion, because you had 7 seconds to make your case. Okay, none of this cutting up a movie into 20 different parts, or like the whole how do I phrase it properly? Like it's all just like, I don't know. I can't stand TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I don't know. Ugh. Rumble. Well, Rumble's a dead platform to begin with, so. Like, short form content is just vapid, soulless, just you don't consume it. You just sit, or you just consume it. There's nothing to it. It's just bleh. What board are we using? We are using a Big Tree Tech SKR Mini E3 V2. And because this is a chibi little printer, I will be shortening cables. I'm not gonna have like all this extra stuff flop it in the breeze here. So I'm gonna run downstairs actually, because let me see what we got here. Okay, I've got wires here. Do I have crimping connectors and whatnot here? I don't think so. No. So I'm gonna go downstairs and get some. I haven't brought it out here yet. So laptop. There's a laptop. Where's my wire strippers? Oh, it's over here. There's wire strippers. Is my crimper out here? I don't know if I brought my crimper out here. I must have. No, it must still. Yeah, it's probably still out there. GoPro. Oh, there's my GoPro. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go get some wiring stuff so we can wire this up. So I'm gonna go get my strippers and some JST connectors and a bunch of all that stuff, because we're gonna shorten all these and make it all look pretty and whatnot. Do it right. So in the meantime, I won't torture you with the baby, but I will. There we go. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, 1 second here. There you go. Okay, I'll be back. And back. Okay. I am running low on JSTs again. F. Okay. So anyways, as I was saying, I've got this little hole back here, and I'm thinking that's where the that's that. The tool head stuff goes, or all the wiring goes in through that hole. But I'm gonna have to make some wiring here because I'm missing some. So there's thermistor. So I'm gonna have to make some connections here for fans. So I'm gonna have to make some extensions for fans. So let's wire up the Z motor first. While I throw all my fittings everywhere. And then what I'll use is the extra wire from the Z motor to wire up the fans. Are we good? Yeah, we're gonna wire the blowers up in series. I'm pretty sure they are in series. According to the wiring diagram here. Yeah, they just together into there. So, and we are gonna follow the wiring diagram. Why? Because why not? Okay. The only thing is, I really wish this had a top hat of some sort to rest it on, so it'd be easier to work on. Separate wire JST ends need to be reprinted to work with the bore posted colors and what? Repin to work. As long as you don't change, I could just adjust the, like, here's the thing. You shouldn't have to repin these ever. Because they come from the factory in an order. So the worst that'll happen is the motors will just run backwards, which I could just adjust the, in the config. I shouldn't have to repin these. I've never had to repin a separate motor to get it to work. Usually it's just backwards. Okay, so Z is, which one? This one. Let's bring you over here. You can see my fridge. So Z is the third one in. Oh, from here. So that is, so this is X, Y, Z, skip one, E. So that's it. Right about there. They will buzz. We have it popped out in the Fabreeko Discord and pinned to fix. Oh, they'll buzz? That's kind of, that is something I've never actually seen. Why is that? Is it, why would they buzz? Well, I gotta repin them all anyways because I'm trimming these all, so I'll check that in a second, but. It's just really weird. Because I've never had to repin a stepper motor before, ever. And I've done plenty. The pairs on the board are off the pairing unit. So it's an issue with the board? Huh. That's what you get when you don't use LDO motors. Do you have that pinned in? Okay. Red, black, green, blue. Okie dokie. That's just really weird. This is the first time I've ever encountered that where I've had to repin stepper motors. I've never had that before, ever. It's just weird. Just the order. Yeah, it's just normally if you're like, they come from the, like they already come paired up properly, usually. And worst case scenario, the motor just runs the wrong way. So you just, you know, put in, add or remove an exclamation mark and you're good to go. The BTT board? Rally set. No, I'm thinking more Big Tree Tech. Here's the thing. I like Big Tree Tech because they actually do decent stuff. It's just, they always have a habit of like messing something up in the dumbest way. Like out of all the you know, there's a reason people use BTT boards more than any other board in these builds. They make actually decent boards that good price and they fit in the market. It's just, sometimes it takes them a revision or two for the boards to actually be good. But they've recently started doing a bit more like interaction with the community. So I think they're taking a little bit more feedback to heart. And they did come, they were at Murph. I did shake hands with the CEO. And I think I'm older than him, which scares me. Because you start, honestly, I think the day you feel old is the day you start realizing the people you look up to, or like you would picture as your elders, are younger than you. It's like, oh, he's the CEO of a company, but he's like 5 years younger than me. I'm like, okay. Okay. So hopefully I have enough fittings, because that's one thing I'm actually worried about is connectors and the number of connectors. Okay, so I'm going to match this up. So red, black, green, bleh. There we go. That goes. One, two, three, in. There we go. Little tug, make sure it's good. Okay. Okay. You are the CEO of Nero 3D. I'm not the CEO. CEO implies like there's actually I have one piece of paper that says Nero 3D is a company. That's it. That's as legit of a company we get. And that's probably not good. I'm probably not doing all the paperwork I should be doing in the right way, but that's a future Taylor problem. Right now it's current Taylor. Okay. BTT still owes me a set of best springs. Okay. I am going to solder these. I don't want to bother running a whole bunch of crimp connectors and whatnot. So I'm just gonna solder this bitch up for these wire extensions. So I'm gonna run downstairs and get my solder. And I'm just gonna solder these. I don't feel like figuring out all that stuff. And that's the second time I've got downstairs. I forgot to grab the spiral wrap I want to use. Big brain, big brain. I did grab wire though. And shrink wrap. Grab that shrink wrap, but not spiral wrap. Ugh. Big brain. Okay, AirPod Pro, connect. Connect. There we go. Do you keep your printers powered on overnight? Yes. My printers are always powered up. I like never turn my printers off. Like the only thing that's actually powered up on them is pretty much the Raspberry Pi in standby mode, which is what, a couple watts, if that. Okay, I'm gonna need an extension cable. There we go. For a power supply. And maybe a fan or two, because it's so hot in here, the fans kick on half the time. But yeah, I leave them on all the time. That way if I go to print something, I just print something. Because they all got remote access, right? So we got this guy, which is, I'm assuming these two are the same. So I'm assuming this one is our oh man, these are thin wires. Too many power surges. That sucks. Okay, so this is going to be the heatsink fan. So I'm going to use green and black for that, so I don't get it mixed up. That should be long enough. Probably way too long, but whatever. From 1 to 10, how an Ender 3 can potentially be 100% calibrated. If you take the time to tune it right, it'll be fine. The issue is more how repeatable it is, how long it'll last you before something breaks on it, because they are extremely budget with components, and consistency. That's the thing. You can get a good print out of an Ender 3. You can get a good print out of pretty much any printer nowadays. It's not anything special. I mean, this is off a Tico. Okay. So I should probably turn it this way so this fan actually works. Okay. Are you hot? You're hot. So yeah, if you take the time to tune it and whatnot, you can get good prints off pretty much any printer nowadays. The difference is how many prints you can get before the machine breaks or something goes wrong on it, or how long the prints take. Because, you know, you can get, with the right tuning and a well-built machine, you can get as good prints off an Ender 3 as a Bamboo, as a Voron. The thing is, though, one of those, or a few of those, we'll probably get them done a lot quicker and a lot more reliably. And that's important to some people. So it depends. Tico versus series. I'm gonna try and record tomorrow. So I don't know, I might have a later date video tomorrow. Just hoping to get it done today. But I'll be honest, the little guy did not sleep good last night, which means me and the wifey did not sleep good last night, which means I took a nap this afternoon. It was glorious. Which means I didn't record a video for tomorrow. So maybe I'll get it done tomorrow. We'll see. If not, it'll be next week's video. Oh no, I forgot the heat shrink. Put it on now. Does it fit? Hopefully these are the right size heat shrink. And to make it even better, and to make this even betterer, do it like a freaking Neanderthal with a lighter. That doesn't work. Good enough. So now we got this one. So this will be easy because you just pair them all up. No heat gun? Not out here, it's downstairs. It's in a box. I gotta find where I put it. The downstairs room is kind of a mess right now because I'm like redoing everything. So, like for example, Friday's stream, the printed chill, where we unbox the resin machine. That kind of stream in the future will be a downstairs stream. That'll be a print room stream. But for now, because it's an absolute disaster down there, it's an out here stream. These are way too long. I make these way too long. Oh! What did I hit? How'd I turn off Bluetooth? Okay, apparently you can turn Bluetooth off by hitting spacebar somehow. DeWitt has a nice heat pencil. I've seen, was it Mars Gizmo was using one in a recent video? This bench got really crowded really quick. It's always fun. You get a new workspace. You're like, oh my God, I got so much room. And then like, next thing you know, where'd the room go? Still live. Why wouldn't I be, Rose? We got an hour and 10 minutes still. And all I've done is build an extruder and did a bit of soldering. Why aren't you? There we go. Go. Hopefully that's it for soldering. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for soldering. There's no probes on this or anything. In a given space, humans will fit it. We are not goldfish. We are not goldfish. Well, we kind of are, but you go away. Yeah. You getting a doggo? Yay! What kind of doggo? And you must post pictures of doggo in the Discord. Which, if you haven't joined the Discord, we have a Discord. Link in the video description. Go join it. It's full of really cool people. "11-month-old Labrador." Aw, that is a heckin' pooper. So you go over there. You go over there. Don't need you anymore. Wire stuff. You can go. Oh, I can't wait. I got to go through all these drawers one day. That if you guys thought screw sorting streams, wiring streams, firmware streams were fun, just wait till we go through a drawer cleaning stream, because I've got 3 toolboxes out here, or 4. I got that generic red one that everyone has in their basement. I got a Kennedy, I got a Mastercraft, and I got this one, which was my work toolbox. And they're all full of like stuff I had from work. So like an impact gun and like a heavy duty wire brush and ejector pins and like Bondo. Slide hammer. So there's a ton of stuff in these that I don't need to build 3D printers, but I will be able to take them out of these toolboxes and put stuff in them to organize stuff to build 3D printers. So it'll be nice in the future when I'm building something and go, hey, tools, because I've got this massive top drawer here that at the moment is filled with this shit. Like welding gloves, arm protectors, got carbide bits. Anyone need any carbide? Need carbide. I got carbide. Grinding stuff, cutting stuff, sockets, 1, 2, 3 block, vices, parallels. My Jeremy Clarkson drawer of hammers, which is a drawer of hammers. So it'll be nice to go through all that one day and get it all cleared out. That might be the member stream this week, or this month, is going through and getting that all cleared up so that we can actually use this for something proper. So, carbide for days, all the carbide. You don't have carbide? Everyone should have carbide. See, now I need a CNC to justify hoarding all that stuff and keeping it, hanging on to it from my my shop days. Okay, I need to get a wire sleeve. So I'm gonna run downstairs one more time. One more time. And I'm not gonna bother muting it, so you can hear me ramble until the audio cuts out. So, yeah. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Wires. Here. I'll take you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Shoot, am I all out? That'll do. That'll do. Make this work. Make this work. Are you in here? Are you in here? Aha! That'll work. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Put a fireman pole. Well, here's the thing. The more I go down there to get stuff that I forgot to get, English, the less we have to do it. Because that means there's one more thing out here. So oh shoot, hopefully these are different lengths and I can sort them out. Yes, okay, good. Let me put a piece of tape on these so I know which one's which. Need a dumb waiter. Well, the problem is I'm in the garage, so it's not like there's a straight down connection to the basement. I need to go in the house and then go downstairs and then go way over there. So it's not like there's a direct connection between the two locations. That would be cool, but so under Prince PTG, I just got my first roll today and recommended 30% fan. Didn't look like enough cooling. You could, how much fan do you run with a stealth burner? You can always bump it up. Here's the thing, they recommend 30%, but if you're printing too fast, you have to remember a lot of these, okay, a lot of knowledge that we use in 3D printing is what I like to call tribal knowledge. What I mean by that, it's like passed down, okay? So it's knowledge that was passed down because so-and-so used to do it, and he told you because he was told to that number. So because a lot of 3D printing knowledge and the way we do things is tribal and it's just, you know, word of mouth and he said, she said, and it just, that's how it is. A lot of it is out of date. So when they say, oh, 30% fan, that was 30% fan back in the day when the Prusa Mark III was brand spanking new, right? Was like, a lot of these numbers we use are kind of like back in the day when printers were, to be honest, kind of shit. So we've got better machines now and things work a lot better. So now, you know, we're printing a lot faster than we used to. We've got flow rates way higher than we used to. So 30% fan ain't gonna cut it. You need more. You need more power. So yeah, don't be afraid to bump it up. Just because a random person on the 3D printing Discord said, oh, you should be using 30% fan, or a YouTube video you watched from that's 5 years old said 30% fan. Try 40, try 50. Especially if you're printing on a Voron, that's an enclosed environment. So you're printing hot, you're pushing hotter air on it. So. You grabbed it from, but are you printing on a Prusa? You're saying Stealth Burner. And if you're trying to print a Stealth Burner in PTG, don't. Man, remember when tool heads only had like a few wires and they were nice and simple? We got 2 for the fan, 2 for the thermistor, 2 for the heater, 2 for the heatsink. You grabbed it from the stock Prusa profile. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a Prusa. I like using this cable wrap on these kind of machines, is because it's a little bit stiffer, so it doesn't like bloop as much, like it doesn't sag down as much, I find. And if you have to mod it or add wires, you just unwrap it and wrap it back up. CAN bus 4 wires only. Yeah, but CAN bus is finicky, unless they made it a lot better. What you save in time in wiring CAN bus, you lose in configuration settings and bugs and troubleshooting. This, when I plug in the fan, it's the fan. Plus, I mean, this ain't, if you think this is a complicated wiring. Now, on something like a Voron with like a full tilt tool head with all the bells and whistles, yeah, CAN bus makes a little bit more sense. How much do you have to pay me to build you a V01? I don't do commission builds. Simple as that. Think about it. It takes me, if I were to sit down and build a V01 or V02 or whatever, you'd want a V02, not a V01. It would be the time to print everything, the time to build everything. Also the fact that I'd have to make money on it for it to be worth my time. You build it. It's a fun build. You should build it. It's your printer. You don't buy a Voron, you build a Voron, and it's your Voron. So... content. Okay, I don't know about you, okay? But we have built 6 V0s on this channel to date, I think. How many V0s have we built on this channel? My channel, playlists. Where is V0? Oh my god. Where's the V0 playlist? V0, view full playlist. 29 videos. So we have the original V0. Then we built the V01. Okay. Then there was the Lector kit one, so that's number 3. And then a V02, so that's number 4. No, there wasn't there one more? I thought we built 5. There's the original one, this one, the speed build, the Lector one. I might be getting the printers for Ants one confused, because we built a Micron and a Salad fork as well, so I might be getting those confused. But still, this would be the 8th time we have built a V0. Or no, that's how many I've streamed. because I built one as well off stream, like the original one I built off stream. So I built five. Or 6, I can't remember. I built too many. You want to know how many V0s I built? Too many. Plus, I'm pretty sure, like, I just did a V0 series, a V02 series. So, like, I know we kind of retouch on content quite often on this channel, but I think we're a little too early to be milking the V02 horse or cow. So, yeah. Do I have them all in my shop? I've got the gold, I got Yukon there. So that's the V01 we did on the marathon. He's just off camera, he's right there. The V02 is downstairs. Plus, did I leave it out here? No, it's downstairs. The Lecter one is still downstairs, and I still got to give it away. I just got to figure out a way to give it away. Maybe Earth. Maybe I'll give it away at Earth. We'll see. Do it for a charity or something. And then there was one other thing. Yeah, because I have 3, because the V02 has been a V00, a V01, and a V02. Or no, V00, and then we modded it into a modded V00, and then it became a modded V02. I don't know. Too many printers. Too many printers doing printer things. Okay, is there a way I'm supposed to connect this wire? Is there like a special way the umbilical goes? Or it just kind of lives there? I'm assuming it kind of comes in here because I'm going to want to connect these wires to it somehow. So this kind of just goes there. So I want to connect these wires to it so that they all go to the same place. The big rock candy. Scavenger hunt. I've been wanting to challenge myself to build a very own Rook. I was wondering, plan on making it, would you estimate the price on materials for the Rook printer? I could do you one better, Dakota. There's a link for a kit in the description. So if you want to build one of these, there's a kit that you can just buy that has everything in the video description. And I believe that kit is $2.99, I want to say. Comes with everything but the printed parts. So yeah, there you go. Now here's the thing, a Rook really shines in my opinion if you're using old parts. So if you have an old ANET A8 that you can scrounge the motors and the rods from and the belts and the bearings and all that stuff, it makes more sense in my opinion to do that. Because the base cost of a Rook kit is kind of close to a very cheap V0 kit, and a V0 is a more practical printer. However, this is a much simpler printer. So if you're looking for your first, to get your feet wet in Core XY, and you're looking for something to, you've never built a printer before and you're looking for something simple, this makes a lot of sense. So yeah. Potato, potato. There is no yes or no answer to a lot of these questions. Okay, so this is the B motor, I believe. Or is that the A motor? Which one's the A and which one's the B on one of these? I guess it doesn't matter because I could just swap them. It's not a huge deal. Is it a Voron where it's Ba or is it ABBA? Is it AB or BA if you're looking at it from the front? Do I have a marker on me? Where's my markers? There we go. I'm assuming. There, I'll just put right. R for right. And I dropped something and I don't know what I dropped. AB. Okay, so that's the A motor. Sweet. A. B. go. The Z motor, I'm not going to worry about the bed yet. I'll wire up the bed later. I'll wire that up in its own little thing. $200 build area? No, this is 120. I'm very much a fan of knowing what something is and kind of leaving it. So I wouldn't build a big Rook. Now the 2021, maybe. The 2021 makes a bit more sense to build bigger because it's 2020, but it's not really a Rook at that point, is it? It's its own thing. Which brings me back to my little rant about people designing their own thing based on something, but calling it like the next version of something. That annoys the heck out of me. Back when we were developing the mini stealth burner for the V02, somebody comes out with the mini stealth burner that they just designed on their own. And it's like, dude, no, make your own thing. Call it your own thing. You can make it, but don't call it a mini stealth burner because it's not a stealth burner. It's your own thing. You're not on Voron. I don't know you. And then somebody tried to make a, what was it? Somebody did try to make a V2.5 on their own too, or was it V2.3? Which was a, what was it? It was basically like a V2.2 with a ton of random mods thrown on top of it that they just kind of kit bashed into one thing, and they called it a V0.2 or V2.3, and we're like, no, don't. The naming scheme is confusing enough as is. You don't need to make it even more confusing. Okay. Okay, so this is the B motor, and the B motor goes. Can I go under there? No. What are you for? Oh, you're for a fan that I don't have. Okay. But you don't have a trademark on Stealth Burner. I know we don't have a trademark on Stealth Burner, but it's being common courtesy to, you know, and making it less confusing to people. Because if you make something on your own, okay, and it's just kind of your own thing, but you name it after a project you're not involved in, I think it looks like clout chasing or just trying to, you know, trying to leech. Call it your own thing. It's your own thing. You made it yourself. Give it an original name. It could be the, you know, the super awesome Toolhead 9000 for Vorons. Cool. But don't like just jump in the naming scheme and assume you can take it. But it's an open source project and people will be like, oh, it's open source. You can do what you want. So it just makes it more confusing for the group when you have people going, hey, I'm running a mini stealth burner. No, you're not. Way too long. Yeah. There we go. Don't you hate when the wires don't cut? There we go. You build a 2.4 but add a custom tool and it's still 2.4. Ship of Theseus is a good story. But yes, it's still. I mean, a Micron gets a V2 serial number. So. Which I always love that one. There's still a few places where people complain that Vorons have shit part cooling, which they have normal part cooling. But I love when they complain. It's like, you do know it's an open source project that's tons of community mods, and you can just put a better toolhead if you need more cooling. Slap a CPAP machine on if you want. There's nothing stopping you. The Rook 2020 is still 120 to support the users who couldn't print their own parts. Yeah, that's the thing with the Rook. The parts are kind of big. You already need a large format printer to print these parts. Because I don't know if any of these, like if you can print the top, bottom, and whatnot in pieces and screw them together. Only people who print PLA complain about part cooling. No, the speed benchy folks do too. But the speed benchy folks kind of do their own thing now. So I think it's, what is it, Matter Hackers? Is it Matter Hackers that's like selling a kit with like an SLS modded stealth burner with a CPAP built into it? Or a CPAP like connector built into it, I think. One of these days, I'm gonna start doing this. I gotta start doing this. This is what I gotta start doing. I gotta start saving all these stupid things. That's what I gotta do. I gotta start reusing all these stupid JST connectors because I'm running low on them. Never mind. I'm not gonna figure it. I'll deal with that later. Arguing who's from North Perth and who's from South Perth. I got you beat. Who cares about Perth? Ooh. It's Australia. I know about Crocodile Dundee, Rip Steve Irwin, and I watch Muddy Car Mods. That's about it about New Zealand, about Australia. Oh, and gambling. And I did a thing, does crazy stuff. And cold ones. Cold ones. Cold ones is cool. Okay. So B goes here. Right, that was B. I believe that was B. Yeah, that was B. Watch out for drop bears. True. New Zealand is to Canada to Australia is USA. That is true. I no offense, but like if somebody came out to me like, hey, do you want to go to New Zealand or Australia? I would go to New Zealand. One, because I can go to Hobbiton, because I freaking love Lord of the Rings. And two, it being smaller, I can visit more of it in a reasonable amount of time. Because, you know, Australia is kind of like the Canada problem, where it's like, okay, I'm in Toronto, I want to go visit the next big city, Montreal. Okay, cool, that's like 8 hours that way. Oh, you want to leave the main corridor of people? Cool, that's a 12-hour, 13-hour drive to the Maritimes. On top of the 8 to 12-hour drive to Quebec. I'm in New York today, and tomorrow I'm going to Disney World. And then I finish it up, I'm gonna go see, go to a winery in California. In Sydney, 2 weeks in Sydney, that's a long time to spend in a city. Plus it's probably expensive. Like, I don't know, I like when I travel, I like wandering. Like, you know, I'm from the Maritimes, so a couple years ago I took the wifey out and we went to like Halifax and Dartmouth and did the Cabot Trail and all that in Nova Scotia, and just going to like the Halifax waterfront and just spend the day wandering around. Just wander. Oh, hey, a museum, let's just go in there and whatnot. Sydney is cheap as hell. Everything I've heard about Australia is it's expensive. Like cost of living is really high in Australia. Pay is good, but the cost of living is really high. Or is that just like living there and the tourist stuff ain't bad? And also, what are you comparing it to? Because again, I live in a blue collar town in Canada, so what I think is expensive and what somebody who, you know, oh, I live in New York thinks expensive, two different things. Cute kangaroos. Kangaroos are deer. They fill the same niche as a deer, so it's like the same, like an Australian seeing a kangaroo is like me seeing a deer. It's like, okay, cool, but it's just a deer. Or at least that's what I've been told. Try living in Toronto. Oh, geez, F that. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. When we, for our honeymoon, this was 6 years ago? Yeah. 7 years ago. Oh, shit. We went to Aruba, and one of the things we did down there was we rented a Jeep for the day and did like a Jeep tour. So you just like get a convoy of Jeeps and you just bomb around the island off-road and whatnot and just stop at a bunch of places in Jeeps. It's really cool. And the couple we were sharing the car with, they were from Toronto, and like the one guy worked for like the government and something as like a pharmacist, or the one guy was a pharmacist, and the wife was like a government teaching employee, like she worked for like a government school board. So they were doing pretty good, and they're like, yeah, you know, at the rate we're going, in a couple of years we'll have enough saved for a down payment. And I'm like, oh geez, I got like 8 years left on my mortgage, and I'm 2 years younger than you guys. That sucks. That really sucks. Nope, nope, nope. I'm a big fan of live within your means and don't spend a lot. Like, don't be afraid to spend, but like, debt is bad. Try to avoid as much debt as possible. But that's just me. I'm not your mom. I'm not your... This is not financial advice. I'm not that kind of content creator. Close to Montreal and Toronto's more expensive. Yeah. I got family that live in the Sherbrooke area. It's really nice out there. They're trying to get us to move out there. And I'm like, frankly, I'm a YouTuber. I can live wherever. Like, mon français n'est pas très bien, mais je peux parler un petit peu de français. Et je peux comprendre le français. It's just, I forget the words half the time. It's been so long since I spoke it. But if we tried to take the little guy away from Nana, ooh, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Keep printer costs under 10K per year. I don't spend 10K per year on printers. Now, channel costs, that's a different thing. Stupid things aren't working. Move to Sherbrooke, I can feel like 1 hour. Again, I do not wish to incur the wrath of Nana. Been to Toronto. I've been in Toronto too. Normally we drive by and I pay the extra money to take the 407 so I can skip Toronto, which the 407 one's highway robbery, but either you lose your money or you lose your soul. Pick one, because driving the 401 through Toronto it's driving the 401 through Toronto. Ain't nobody wants to do that. See, I wish there was like, I'll be able to route that underneath. I'll route these underneath later. extruder is that one. Yeah. Okay, I'm assuming these wires for the extruder I can leave the same. I'll just wire them up the same way. Move Nana as well. Oh, hell no. Nana is retired and she is doing fine. And she don't speak any French. Kitchener, Toronto every day. F that. I had an uncle who worked in downtown Toronto and Waterloo. I think he lived in Waterloo. So every day, bomb down the 401 in his smart car to downtown Toronto. Every day. No. I am not a fan of that whole, oh, you know, drive an hour to work so you can, you know, afford a house living. F that. I know some people you have to, but like, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Do move to the S? No. I got healthcare here. I moved to the States, I lose my healthcare. F that. You lived right downtown Toronto for 10 months. Oof. I spent a summer in Ottawa. Ottawa's a really nice city. I really like Ottawa during the summer. My brother lives up there, and apparently the winters are not the greatest. But I spent a summer in Ottawa and it was really nice. But that was for work, so I didn't have to pay. And the cost of living ain't great up there. Healthcare. Yeah, we're not going to get into healthcare talk up here because this ain't a political channel. But yes, it's fine. There's wait times for the non-critical stuff. That's about it. And everything is kind of screwed up because of COVID, and timings for everything is kind of screwed up. Don't get me wrong. It ain't perfect, but you know, the vast majority of stuff costs parking, and I'll take it. Who's my hockey team? The one that's currently winning. I don't watch a lot of hockey. Oh, the Canadians. It's old people moving to Florida. It's old people go down there. And they go down there because the weather's nice. Called snowbirds. It's a thing. Now they're not going back. Okay, cool. Again, they're all old people that are retired. If I didn't have to work and I was old, I would move to somewhere where the weather was nice a lot if I was old, because a lot of old people have heart attacks shoveling driveways. So, yeah. Also, it's called the snowbird rule. They're down there for 6 months. They keep their Canadian citizenship and their Canadian healthcare. So if something serious happens, they come back up here. Well, except for the ones that move down there because they're just rich. Strange definition of nice weather. Well, that's why they go down in the winter. They're not there in the summer. They go down there in the winter. That's why they're called snowbirds. They fly south for the winter. It's a whole thing. As a Canadian citizen, you can go to the US for up to 6 months without needing a visa. So there's like a whole group of Canadians, like mostly old, that have houses down in Florida. And as soon as the weather starts to get bad up here, they go down south. And then 6 months later, they come back up. Okay. Yeah, just after Thanksgiving and Easter. Yeah. I don't know the exact like official dates, but pretty much, yeah, as soon as the weather gets shitty, they leave. Which I've been to Florida once. It was okay. I went to Disney World, did that. Wouldn't want to live there, but fine to visit. Year or two, probably 2 or 3 years. Take the family, do Disney World for the one Disney World trip that we can afford. Orlando's one. Yeah, because you go to Disney World and that's it. So we're gonna go once, do Disney World once for the little guy, and the wife's never been, and then that's it. That's it for Disney. One and done. Get it done, get it out. Done with it. Look at all these different lengths of wire. I'm gonna put it in a drawer. Couldn't pay me to go to Florida. Well, there's also the thing where there are people that I would consider friends that literally can't live in that state. So you got that going for you, which is not nice. Okay. Let's see, what do we got in the fridge? I've got a bottle of wine. We're not getting into the wine. There we go. It's warm in here, so we're gonna do something a little nice. And by nice, I'm stealing from the wifey stash. Palm Bay Rainbow Twist. Don't go in the summer. Did I meet the legendary Florida man? No, but I've met a Florida man. His name's Grant. Where are you? So here's the problem. Okay, and this is turning out to be a big problem. In my garage, I have a freezer and a bunker freezer. And in said bunker freezer, I have ice cream. And it's starting to get warm out here. So not only do I have cool alcoholic beverages, I have ice cream. So this is, we gotta be careful of this. I'm raiding Calvin's trash. Hey, I paid for it. When he pays for his own ice cream, he can complain. How's that print coming? Ooh, print's coming good. Time for the mini split. I know. The ice cream guy. The ice cream man. The installation guy was supposed to call this week, and he never did. No alcoholic ice cream? That's a thing? Would you say there's fewer failures with resin printers? No. Probably about the same rate. Maybe a little bit more or less, depends. It depends on, it's all prep work with resin. You have to make sure what you're printing is sliced properly. Once the print's going, as long as it starts good and everything's sliced properly, the odds of something failing are a lot less. There's still warping you got to worry about depending on the ambient environment. Like resin printing out here in the winter is going to be fun. Hold a beer here. It's a completely different thing. That's like saying, oh, dude, does a Bridgeport fail more than a lathe? They're different things. Yeah, the print's showing it all. Yeah, the print's showing. We're about halfway done. We're at 48%. So it's about that much up. Okay. Okay. Okay, carrying on. So we got the motors are now all installed. Okay, so we have our heater, which, shoot. I gotta go get my ferrules. I'll be back. Dang it. How did I forget my ferrules? You know, I'm just gonna walk and talk. Walk and talk or walking and talking? Walking and talking. Walking and talking. Talking and walking. Christopher walking. I have returned with ferrules. Ice cream trucks in Canada are probably just as common as Zambonis in New York. I love when people are like, oh, it's Canada. Like, for brother in Christ, it's 26 degrees Celsius. It was, we've had a heat wave in the 30s for the past like week. Like, I live south of Detroit. If you are in Northern California right now, you are further north than me. Okay, so the bed is the first one. So this one is the second one. So this one goes to there. So this is that heater. Heat waves in the 30°C. With humidity, it was in the 40s. The air temperature was like 35 Celsius, and then it got up into the 40s with humidity. What is my go-to for bulk PLA? At the moment, I would say Polymaker. It's been 100 F here, 80% humidity. Oof. So right now in the garage, if you're curious what it is in the garage right now, it is currently 79.7 Fahrenheit and 67% humidity in the garage. The other day I was out here, it was 35 Celsius out here. I don't know what that is. I don't have my Google out here, so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but that's hot. Arizona. Yeah, Arizona, isn't it like 130 Fahrenheit in Arizona right now? So far in part with your rat rig 3.1 compared to my Ender 3 V2. Corey Hugh boy, that's good. But like, I'm super impressed with my brand new Subaru Crosstrek because compared to my rusted Ford Focus, it's a big upgrade. You went from the budget, the absolute budget bed flinger to an actual well-built, competent machine. Enjoy the speed and the actual printer, you know, functioning good, as long as you built it right. Why the fires aren't put out by the snow. I love some of the misconceptions people have about Canada. Because some of it's just funny, and then some of it's like, oh, you're a product of the education system. Or lack of education system. $45 C and 85, that's heat wave right now, 23 in winter. Oh, you're in Aussie land, right? Like, I personally have passed out from heat exhaustion before, but that was wearing like the whole bearskin cotton tunic in the army thing, and that was not fun. Okay, so that's that. So this thermistor, Mr. Thermistor, you're gonna go right over here. Let's have igloo beach houses. Well, yeah, only in the fall, because in the winter it's too cold and the ice melts, but in the summer it's too hot and the igloo melts. So in the fall, there's like a 3 months period where you can get by with the igloo beach house. So. Trailer Park Boys. It's funny that I've been to where the trailer park is. Like, I have family that live in that area. Moncton, like Moncton, New Brunswick. Watch the stream with your wife, convincing her to get another printer. Do it. I mean, worst comes to worst, it's just another printer. It's not like they go bad, and the price isn't ever going to go down, so you might as well. It's funny, like when I binge watch, I remember getting the set of Trailer Park Boy tapes from like tapes, yeah, burnt VHSs of like season 1 to 3 from Buddy at School in like high school, and then just binge watching them all. So like, when did Trailer Park Boys come out? That's early 2000s, right? Began airing 2001. Yeah, 2001. So if I got like, when I got the DVDs from Buddy in like grade 11 or 12, that was like 2003, 2004. We only got 26 likes. Like the smash button. If you enter to win the Polymaker Filament, make sure you like that smash button. I'm not saying it helps your odds, but now that you know about it, are you going to risk it? How old am I? 35. I am 35. Hot end fan and part cooling fan. So this is the hot end fan. So hot end fan is the green one. Kit or Voron kit? Depends. What do you want the printer to do? What's your skill level? I would say a Rook is a lot more beginner friendly than a V02, but a V02 you'll probably get a longer life out of. The V02 is a more capable machine, but it's also a more complicated machine. So if you're just looking for a fun little project and you've never built a printer before, a Rook makes a bit of sense. But if it's like, I've got a few printers already, my build skills are pretty good, and you know, I want a machine that I'll be using for a while, a V02 will get you more of a lifespan. Okay, this is an open air printer. You're not enclosing this, for example. So you're gonna be limited to pretty much PLA and PETG. Please tell me I have more JST connectors. I do, good. What is it? Yeah, the Seaboard kits come with all the printed parts for the V0s, and they're okay. So it goes like that. So this is, that one's that. Go. Okay, do this one. Get all these lengths of wire. This stuff's all garbage, too short. What time are we at anyways? We're at 10:45, so you got 15 minutes left to enter for a chance to win some Polymaker filament. The Bondtech OEM IDA for, I have, what is that? Bondtech OEM, I don't give a CW2, what? I mean, if they send me one, I'll take a look at it, but that's about it. Okay, Jack Black, I'm gonna end that conversation there. Just because those words, once they start popping up on Google or in the chat, never lead to anything good. So 3D printing channel, remember. Ring dub, but not reverse. What's a ring dub? They made a BMG specifically cut to match the clockwork to that drive shaft. Oh, okay. Yeah, how am I that low? That's the thing, you buy these things of JST connectors, right? And what do? You run out of all the 2-pin and the 3-pin, and then the rest of the kit, just, you got a million of them. Dang it. Ah, shoot. I wish I had some of my tweezers out here. I gotta bring them out. Stupid hook isn't popping out. Well, that one's broken. did I put the... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where did I put the JSC connectors? That ain't good. Where did I put them? That ain't good. Where did I put them? Not in here. Oh, no, I did put them back in the box. John, you got home from Open Sauce. Is it over? How was it? Regale me with stories so I can live through you vicariously through my FOMO. Wow, it was good. That's good. So what is it like? Is it more just like presenters showing stuff off, or just like boosts the visit? Is it like a mixture of like a rep rap fest and like in a convention? Like what's the or like a maker fair? Is it just people showing stuff off? John and Papa Printing and Taylor were by the Voron booth. That's cool. Yeah, there was a few Voron guys went. Doc went, not Doc. Max went. Steve is there because they're local. Like, I would have loved to have gone, but I can only go to so many things a year. Budget and timing allowance. So. Long lines, took an hour to get in. Ooh. The VidCon and yeah, because I know a big thing about it where like if you were a content creator, like it was billed kind of like an event where you can like also kind of hang out with the content creators, because they had like some of these tickets here were like the VIP, like there's like a special event where you get to like hang out with like the creators and whatnot, and like, you know, there was a ton of content creators that went, featured creators. Yeah, like all these people, like. Hey, I know that guy. So yeah. Like, I would have loved to go, but. Like LTX. I would have loved to go to LTX too, but that didn't happen. Not sure about the hanging out. Well, I meant like, it's kind of like a maker fair. Well, it depends. Like if you got one of the higher tier tickets, you could have, there's like an after party event type thing. So that is everything but the bed and the mains. Now the bed has wires, but they are nowhere near long enough to go anywhere. And I don't have any extensions, so I don't know what they meant to do with the bed. Because the bed has wires on it. Oh, because they're meant to go into a connector, that's why. Because this is a V0 bed, that's right. So I'm going to have to make some extensions for that bed. So I'm going to have to make extensions for that bed. Make extensions for that thermistor. I'll do the thermistor right now. The next printer compete with bamboo and upcoming competition. They're different things. Like, printer is not printer. Printer is printer, but not all printers are printer. The Mark IV doesn't compete with the bamboo. They're not in the same class of machine. Even then, the X1, in my opinion, dunks on the bamboo in terms of capabilities. Yeah, it's, you know, not as fast and not as cheap, and it's way more money, but it's also a multi-tool head thing. That's something the bamboo X1 and P1P, P1S, whatever, will never be, unless they make a new machine. What I've been trying to get Joe to do is to sell the XI. The you know how they have that machine that is, they have the print farm printer? I've been like, dude, you should make that its own thing. Make that its own thing. Like what is it? What is it, like 250 or 260? I think it just uses a Mark III bed. Just make that its own thing. Sell it for, you know, a little bit more than Mark IV, and call it a day. There you get your Core XY single tool headed experience. XL Lite. No, it's the XI. 1 second here. Prusa XI. Not XL. Prusa. AFS. So it's the AFS, okay? But the individual printer from the AFS. Like the individual units from the AFS to be their own thing. Want to drop the price? Well, price is the price. I mean, when you don't have the advantage of, you know, not having to actually make a profit on things and be able to get things under cost and having, you know, massive financial backers that pay you back for any losses, so you're allowed to sell your stuff under what normal people would be able to make a profit on. It's a different market. I'll give you an example, completely unrelated to 3D printing and how companies operate. When I worked in the trade, okay, we were able to buy plates. And by plates, I mean, so you have your fascia mold, 100,000 pounds of steel. You got a top and bottom plate, right? They're the plates that actually clamp to the planum on the mold, or on the injection mold, okay? So imagine you have a 4 foot by 8 foot by about 4 inches thick plate of steel, okay? And in this plate, there's like 20 something 1-inch cap screw holes, and you have like all kinds of other holes and machining, a whole bunch of clearance holes. You've got 100 holes drilled in this thing, and everything's accurate to within a thou. The whole thing's blanch ground to within a thou. And now imagine how much it costs you to buy the steel here, ship it around, get it blanched at one place, get it cut at one place, get everything tapped and whatever, and how much that costs to do here. And then you find a company overseas that you can buy the plate from them, and it shows up at your place. It's already ground, it's already machined, it's all done, it's all within spec, and you can get that plate shipped to you from across the Pacific Ocean cheaper than you can buy the raw steel here. Okay? And when you ask them, why is that? Well, they don't tell you officially, but then, you know, over beers, they're like, oh, it's because, you know, we sell it at whatever price we need to sell it at to make the sale, and then, you know, we get compensated the difference. So how are you supposed to compete with that? Again, this is in a completely different industry. Got to play Zach Freeman's Hex Fitting. That does seem like a fun game. I did play it a little bit at, I gotta take this out. I'm gonna have to take the bed out for this. Put the extensions on it. Take care, Dark Eons. Kind of like Walmart strategy. Yeah, you do what you got to do to get the market, and then after you have the market, you start raising prices. Once everyone's in your thing. And that has nothing to do with 3D printing. Yeah, come on. Yeah, uh-oh. Uh-oh. The bed's jammed. Okay, let's get all these off. Hopefully I don't lose anything. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh no, I've lost my spring. Yeah. Okay, so I love how they gave me an extension and then welded up, and then I got to solder on another extension. Okay. Corn farm. Yeah, subsidies. Yeah, it's just a subsidy. Well, it's like how much milk the dairy industry throws out. I like PTFE wire, but sometimes it's a pain to strip. Okay, so I'm gonna need to get some thicker wire here because I need some for the bed too. So guess what? I gotta run downstairs again. Okay, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna keep talking while I'm walking. I'm talking and what? Here. Where are you? I don't gauge you are. Gauge are you? I don't know what gauge you are. Gauge are you? Big one. You're probably too big. Oh. That works. There we go. Wire. Third trip? I don't know. Wire wrap. Hey, guess what I forgot to grab? Oh, I did grab it. I got it right here. Wire wrap. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 da. Amazing, eh? Everything's amazing, eh? Hey. Ugh. Hello there. Okay, so how much of this do I need? I don't know. Won't do that much. I don't do that much. Or what I'll do is I'll just do both ends and then I'll just trim off whatever extra I need. Ender 3 conversion to a Core XY. You mean build a Core XY machine completely from scratch using the leftover parts from an Ender? That's something you could do. Okay. What do I think about the Goliath? I don't know yet. I have one. I haven't had a chance to install it yet, though. So I don't really have anything to put it in. If you are looking for super high flow and you don't want to pay $1,000 for whatever the Mosquito folks got, go for it. Because that actually is a reasonable price for a thing that's using a little bit of custom machining and off-the-shelf heaters. Let's where did I put my heat shrink? Did I put it over here? No. Heat shrink stuff. Oh, wait, I put it over here. Ah, found it. $6 million ender. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Manufacturing. Are they having issues? Like, do they actually have documented issues with the Goliath, or is it just you're just saying that? That completely melted off. Okay, that ain't good. All right, come on. Oh, it would have been nice if I had my helping hands down here instead of my shaky effective hands. Yeah, it kind of works. There we go. Can anyone email about M518s? What about them? If you need some, go buy some. Okay, these are these tinned? Did I tin these? No, I did not. Want some sent by email. Oh, McMaster Car has the CAD. Seriously, if you need the CAD, McMaster Car has it. Monkey Butler, probably just you, because I don't change the settings between streams. Why do you need, why do you need 18 mil? Because that's a pretty not common size. Like, you can find it. You'll be able to find it. But can you just redesign whatever you need it for to just use 20s or 16s? 518s? No, I've got M516, M520 in my stock. But if you need some random size like that, either buy long and just cut them down if you want to be quick and cheap about it. or you're gonna have to hit up something like Fastenal or McMaster-Carr or any like actual provider, because most kits only come with like the common ones. So the odds of finding something a little more niche are kind of low. Oh. Oh, yep. There it goes. Okay, we're gonna be doing the giveaway soon because we're pretty much almost done here. And my headphones just died. So that's how we know it's at the that time of the stream. Those are dead. I remember I used to get like 4 hours of those iPad or AirPods, and now I get like 3, and it's dead at 3. Like as soon as it hits 3 hours, it shuts down. So hopefully the music's still playing for you guys. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. It is so weird in here without having the music in my ears. It's like, what? Because also it does noise canceling. So it does noise canceling too. So I've lost my noise canceling and I've lost my my music that I hear all the time when I'm streaming. So it's kind of like everything's off now, and I don't like it. We fear change. White noise. Well, I got the fan going, so at least I got that, which is nice. Okay, so all of you go under here. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Oh no! Oh no, I've lost my spring. Oh no, I've lost my spring. Oh, you're loose. Shoot. Well, here, let me get these in. Okay. All right. So let's tighten these up. Take off that. Ooh, take it off. Okay. Get your live stream. It's been ages. Where you been? Haven't gone anywhere. Okay. That one's tight. tight. That one's tight. Okay, cool. Good. Put you back on there. Go. There we go. Okay. What? Take care, Sambo. Okay, as soon as I get this bed back on, I'm gonna do the giveaway, and then after that, I'll finish wiring up the. There's a few more connectors we gotta connect. We'll do the bed, and then we'll call it there. We'll do the next stream. We'll be powering it all up. And doing the configuration, and yeah. Do not drop the acro bins. Oh, I know, I already moved my acro bin out here. And normally I tape it up when I move, so I get some like tape and I tape out like a cardboard box to the front or a piece of cardboard so that way they can't fall. But I just kind of YOLO'd it last time and we lived. So, yay. There. And that goes. There we go. Okay. So that is all that. So now, bed all the way up. I'm just realizing something here. How did I not notice this? So I printed everything off of the normal stuff, but I don't know about you, but it's gonna be hard to see. You can see right there. I hit the fan shroud before the nozzle, by like 5 mil. My nozzle's like 5 mil too short. Am I missing something here? Am I missing something here? I've got... like... What? Do I have the wrong shroud printed? There's only one shroud. Zombie key not mounted right? No, it's mounted right. It only goes one way. Did I use the volcano? I used the only nozzle it came with. It only came with one nozzle. It came with one thing. Let's see here. STLs. Gantry. Cowling. There's only one cowling. Eh. Trying to figure out what I'm assuming it's something dumb, like they're... Oh, actually, I printed the Rookery off of the printables GitHub, but it should be the same. The Fabreeko hotend key moves 2 mils down. Oh, okay, that's why. That's why. Okay, So where'd I put it? This is the key for mounting the hot end, because this is actually really, I like this setup. Watch this, watch. I'm gonna have to take it apart, so I'll do it later. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yep. I swapped out the stock mounting key here for the zombified one, which is more stable, but that one is based on the original one, not this one, which is dropped. So yeah, that's why. So I gotta either go back to this, or they're gonna have to update the zombified one. That's okay. That's okay. We're pretty much gonna end it here anyways. So let's do this giveaway. So wheel of names, and then we'll just hang out Nero after dark until I finish my drink, and then we'll call it. So every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament, and this stream is a stream, so we're doing that. If you didn't get a chance to enter, you'll have another chance on Tuesday for a Prusa day, where we build the Prusa. So let's see here, because we've got the Mark IV kit chilling over there, and we'll do some Prusa printing or building. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. Okay, so I need a number. Somebody give a number between 15 and 20. 15 and 20. 15 and 20. 16, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 30, 40, 15, 16. Round and round she goes. When it stops, some person will win some filament. Who knows? There we go. Congratulations to Jaspin Hansen. Congratulations. Let me just pull up your information here. FV. 1 of 1. I like to see it. So congratulations. You will get a spool of filament from me, or from Polymaker. So you'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. So congratulations. Golf claps in chat, everyone. So yay. Did I miss a $9.99? Sal May, $9.99. Cheers. My kid made me do it. Your kid is very smart. There we go. Cool. There we go. So we really got 3 new channel members today. That is what it is. So yeah, that was fun. So all we got left to do is wire the bed up, figure out this, but that's easy. I gotta swap the key. That's not a huge issue. So we'll do that. I'll do that. Wire up the bed stuff. Easy peasy. Wire up the hot end, or the power supply. How does the power supply mount in here? I'm assuming it just kind of... How does it mount? Where does it mount? Who does it mount? Does it even... No, it'll... It might... Is there a way this mounts? How does the power supply mount? Because it doesn't show how this mounts in the instructions at all. Like, it just says, like, how does the power supply mount? Got back to me about the zombie. He said, tell him to go back to the Fabreeko because they're using their own variant. Okay. Holes in the front. There's holes in the front? Okay. Cool. Holes in the front. That'll work. Okay, so let's go back to the Fabreeko then. I got it right here. Let's do that quick. Let's do that quick. Okay, so let's see how quickly you can swap out the zombie key. Take that, screw out. That, screw out. Take the back screw out. Baling wire. Come on, we're more advanced than that. Use zip ties here. Okay. And oh, I gotta take out the zombie key. There we go. I love this. I love how easy it's like. Okay, cool. Tool heads off. Now, that comes out like that. Comes out. Where is that tap? I gotta clean this up. Please turn off little robot. What little robot? I don't know anything about a little robot. That goes there. That goes there. There. That goes there. How much kilo does this use? I don't know. I used like 2 spools. I'm gonna say anytime somebody asks me how much filament this needs, 2 spools, because it's 2 colors. You need less than a spool of each, but you need 2 colors. Unless you want to print it all in black. If so, you might be able to get by with under 1 spool. It depends on your printer settings. I printed this on with like Voron settings, which are pretty heavy duty. We actually finished it. Finished what? Putting this back together? That was... Oh, this thing's easy to swap out, the, that part. There you go. Hey, we got clearance, Clarence. Actually, no. The nozzle still hits before the fan ducts. Or I can't see because the stupid crossbeam is at the same level. Nope. Yeah, my ducts still hit before the nozzle. It's like 1/2 mil. Yeah, my ducts hit before the nozzle. Still. Use spacers. Just print out a 0.6 layer. File it down. There's a bit of meat there. Or I could just, you know, modify the CAD by ever so slightly. It is what it is. Did I level the bed? No, but I don't think it's gonna make that big of a difference. Either way. Hey, look, it's starting to look like a printer, guys. Look, we got wires, we got stuff going to the tool head. Look at that, look at that. Very nice. It does printer stuff. So they sprayed our house for spiders last week, and the spider stuff that they use to kill spiders kills earwigs, and I'm finding dead earwigs everywhere in this garage. So much fun. So yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Get in there. Almost done. Almost done. So next week, wire up the mains, wire up the bed, and then on to software stuff. Fun times. Fun times. Please help. How are we supposed to power up the... There's the power supply, 1224. Is there a 24 volt, or is there a 5 volt buck converter on this thing? To power a Raspberry Pi? USB jumper, NeoPixels, controller fan. How am I going to power the Pi with this? Does this have a thing to power the Pi? Printed, yeah, everything's printed in ABS. Does this have a thing to power the Pi? Can I power the Pi with this? Well, it's a Pi 02, so really any 5 volt signal will work. It's a 0, so yeah, I'll just pull 5 volts from something. There's got to be a 5 volt rail somewhere on here I can pull 5 volts from. There's got to be 5 volts I can pull from. NeoPixels. There we go. I'll pull it from the NeoPixels. Scare Mini E3. E3 V3. GitHub pin PDF. We got the NeoPixels, ground power. Yeah, but what power? How much power is the NeoPixels? Please tell me it's 5 volt. NeoPixels are usually 5 volts, right? I'm assuming 5 volts. Because that should be enough to power Pi 0. UART and 5 volt from the TFT. Is there a TFT header on here? Expansion, Z probe, TFT. Oh, there we go, TFT header. TFT 5 volt ground. Oh, there we go, 5 volt and ground from the TFT header. Yeah, there we go. That'll power the Pi. That'll work. That will work. Plenty of juice. Plenty of juice for 5 volt. Yeah, that'll work. NeoPixel. Yeah, most NeoPixels I see on controller boards are 5 volt, but that's what it is on the Octopus, but you shouldn't assume. You should never assume, especially with some of these companies. You never know. But it's a Pi 0, which doesn't really suck down a lot of juice, and I've powered them off of 5 volt on normal controller boards before, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. So, yeah. Okay, so we got like, what time is it? It is 11:30. We'll run out the clock until I finish the drink. But any open floor talks you guys want me to go over, anything you want me to look into or comment on, critique or QA? Nero, adjust the hole on the key. It's easier to print and mod. Let me know if you want this step. The hole in the key. Oh, well, just honestly, if you drop the hot end mount by like 2 mil, we'll be fine. Mil and a half, 2 mil. Like, let's see here. Let me get something I can measure with. Yeah, it's like a mil. So 2 mil would be enough for clearance. I don't like ducts being that close to the bed. I know you get like optimal cooling, but like the moment you have something start to warp and the ducts start bumping, you're done. Like, I like time to revisit CAN bus. Maybe in a bit. So, how do I get a 0.6 nozzle print hinge pieces less stiff, more accurate on a Rapido Fetus? Are you printing at a higher layer height? You might need to reduce your walls because hinge pieces are going to be, because you got more plastic coming through, so you're going to have to adjust things otherwise. Any plan for lowrider CNC? No, I don't need the CNC stuff anywhere near big enough to justify that machine. 0.3 layer height, try 0.2. Because remember, the filament is strongest in its single flow. So if you're trying to make hinges, because you're printing at thicker walls and thicker thickness, even though the geometry of the part, say it's like 2 mil by 1 mil or whatever, you know, the geometry of the part's the same, it is made up of stronger components. It's like, imagine if you had to make span a distance, and you either had a bunch of 2x4s or a bunch of 2x8s or 4x4s. Like something made up of stronger components will overall be stronger usually. So you're printing with thicker extrusions, those are going to be stiffer. So try a 0.2 layer height, see if that helps. Or 0.4 nozzle, go back to the point. If it works fine with the 0.4, stick with 0.4. Pi Zero W. Okay, a Pi Zero 1, the original Pi Zero, will run Clipper if you run one of the Clipper specific interfaces, fluid or mainsail. You can't run input shaper. You can run with input shaper, but you can't run the accelerometer tune on input shaper. It doesn't have the power for that. And don't try and run a webcam. And don't try and run like an 8-stepper high-speed machine. But if you're running like a machine like this with a Pi Zero, you're fine. You're fine. I got triggered before movement errors and failed to attach errors, connection issues to the magnet or anything else. Check your wiring. Check your wiring harness. You may have a break in the wire harness. That happened to me actually. On that one, I had one of the wires broke in the along the Y-axis wire run. Pi Zero can't run object exclude. Okay, that's another thing I guess they can't run now. So, and yet Marlin could do it because Marlin's not running an accelerometer. You could do the print and measure method for doing input shaper on a Pi Zero. Like that works. It's just a Pi Zero doesn't have enough processing power to actually do the calculations with the accelerometer, which Marlin can't do that either. Marlin relies on the print and measure method. So yeah, that's not a Marlin win. Nothing against Marlin, it just be realistic with what it can do. Can the 02 run the accelerometer camera? Yes, yes it can. You're gonna have to be careful with the camera because you only have one USB port and it's USB micro port. So you could run a ribbon cable camera and the accelerometer plugged in via the pins. But yes, it will work. A Pi 02 is a Pi 3A. It's the same processor. So the difference is the UI or hubs. Like, yeah, you can add a USB hub if you wanted to, but then what's the point of getting a small compact Pi? Get a Pi 3A or a 3B at that point. So. I'm just checking up on Twitter to see like pictures from like open source and whatnot and what people have shared. Yeah, so like this was super cool because they had what you got Joel. I know this guy. Where was it? X-Robots UK. James Vernon, that guy. Angus, Stefan, Joe. Like, oh, that would have been cool to see. So we'll see. Steel versus aluminum for printer frames, pros and cons. Aluminum. For what we're doing, yes, steel is empirically better. It's stiffer, it's more rigid, it is better. However, it costs more and it's more of a pain to work with. You can't like build stuff as easily as aluminum extrusions. You're gonna do drilling and tapping and you're gonna have to do facing, and there's way more work involved with working with steel. And what do you get? A machine that most people can't tell the difference is any better. So I keep getting, well, what did you say, Spice King? Or add a USB hub? Yeah, okay, add a USB hub. I said that. Did I say that? Take care, Monkey Butler. For a 2.4 build is using thread locker on everything, not going to plastic and heat sets worthwhile. I've never used thread locker. If you tighten everything correctly, you shouldn't use thread locker. The only thing that you want to put thread locker on is the grub screws. Other than that, you don't need to put thread locker. Just tighten everything to spec. And by spec, look up a torque chart, see how tight a screw should be, kind of get an idea of what that is and just kind of tighten to that. That's one of the reasons I like Allen keys. When you tighten a screw, right, you go in there with your Allen key, right, And yeah, if you tighten it like this with a screwdriver, you know, got your LCT store, and I find it's easier to over tighten. But if you got an Allen key, you put in there and you tighten the long way, you kind of get a feel for it after a while of what is the right tight. So it works okay for an X1 though. Okay, stranger. So over here is my hundreds of thousands of dollars in steel stamping presses that I use to mass produce custom machines, or mass produce identical machines that are all exactly the same. And I can afford to drop several $100,000 per machine because I'm selling multiples of this machine, and I've got massive $1 million venture capitalist funding. And over here I have a pile of aluminum extrusions that anyone could just cut the length and use on any machine. Which one am I going to use for my DIY printer? That comment makes zero sense because you're comparing two completely different production methods. Is it a steel frame? I thought it was a stamped steel frame. Oh, plastic. It's all cheap anyways. It's so thin and aluminum extrusion's stiffer. Just because it's stamped steel doesn't mean it's stiffer. Epoxy granite. There you go. Was the second frame steel? It was. Stainless steel though, I think. And it's doing a mighty fine job collecting dust in the spare bedroom. Thread locker, you also have to be careful because I'm pretty sure it's thread locker. Some thread lockers will degrade plastic. So yeah, really, like thread locker, you don't need to use thread. I've never used thread locker except for grub screws, and half the time I don't even bother there. And you're fine. Like, your screws should not be coming loose. If your screws are coming loose in your printer, you didn't tighten them enough, or you are treating your printer very badly. Might as well get your printer milled out of single block of tungsten. Yeah, if you got, if you got that 5-axis machine just sitting there, you might as well use it. Two millimeters lower. Sweet. Where did you post that? STL, download. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's fire up Orca. Do I have Orca Slicer pinned here? I do not. Do I have Orca Slicer on this machine? Orca Slicer? Did I download it? I gotta have Orca Slicer on this machine. Downloads. Orca Slicer. I do, I just didn't pin it. There we go. And to start. There we go. Want to restore them? No. Okay, so we got prepare, got that, hotkey, Nero 3D, sweet. We're gonna want to flip that. There we go. I'm gonna want to support that. Support that. That can bridge. Okay, support. Enable support. Manual, style, snug, cool. Others, we're gonna print with a brim because I don't trust it. Outer brim only. I don't know why it gaps it. You don't want to gap with the brim. You want to actually stick to it. That's what the point of the brim is. 4 walls, 5 top, 5 bottom, 55 because 5. Cool. That's generic ASA. Cool. Print plate, and we're gonna print it in green. There we go. Enable flow calibration, because why not? There we go. Send it. Bah. Why am I using the bamboo? Because that's what the filament's loaded in. I was hoping to stall till this print finished too, but looks like we are at 73%. So almost done. I'll post pictures of it tomorrow. I don't like support. It makes where the spots are supported look really bad. Well, the problem is this part needs support. Like this part physically needs support. You're not. This right here ain't printing without supports. So you can see Apple printer with DRM inside the filament. That's already been done a bunch already. There's Da Vinci? Was it the Da Vinci printer that had that? And then Bamboo was gonna have it. That's why they have all the crazy DRM in it that's not active in their code that they deactivated. Oh wait, that's not public. So yeah, that wouldn't be a new thing. Other companies have done it. The new budget printer from Bamboo has P1P. Yes, I'm well aware. The P1S is, Bob went looking in the warehouse and found the box of panels that were supposed to go on the P1P originally that they couldn't find at the time, and then they found them. So now they're putting them on the P1P, and they're calling it the P1S. That's pretty much it. It's not exactly, it's still the same printer. All the Bamboo machines are the same printer. They have different stuff bolted on. Like the frame is internally the same thing on all these machines. It's the same printer, just they have different stuff bolted to it. Has all the optional. My P1P came with the optional fans, or at least came with the side fan. It didn't. I don't think it has the exhaust fan, but it came with the side fan. I never put it in because it's not worth it. I like being able to sleep at night. And the LiDAR. Well, no, the P1P never had the LiDAR either. And in my opinion, the LiDAR is very much a gimmick. If you use good quality, the LiDAR works if you use shitty filament. If you're feeding your machine shitty food that's inconsistent, then the LiDAR actually works because the LiDAR compensates for filament that's undersized or oversized and not consistent. But if your filament, if you're feeding your printer properly sized filament of good quality, then the LiDAR really doesn't do anything other than waste time and add cost to the machine. In my opinion, a P1S with a hardened nozzle and the hardened feed gears is all you need. Because I don't know about you, I don't give a shit about touchscreens on my printer. I use my computer to control them. So the fact that the P1P has shitty Wi-Fi is more annoying than the touchscreen. I don't care about touchscreens on printers. That doesn't have a screen, that one doesn't have a screen, that one doesn't even have a screen. I've got 3 printers on this shelf, don't even have screens. And the ones that do, that has a 12864, a 12864. Okay, the Cheaty has a touchscreen and the Bamboo's got a touchscreen. So, yeah. By having discounts for P1P right before they drop. They didn't screw people over, stranger. You gotta be able to read the room, okay? If people are making hypothetical videos like, oh, hey, are they coming out with a new printer? And they start discounting, it's called getting rid of old inventory. That's what happens. The machine's a year and a half, over a year old. It's due for their midlife upgrade. And guess what? A year from now, they'll probably have a discount on the P1S, and then a couple weeks later, a new machine will come out. That's kind of how it works. They didn't screw people over. A P1P, if you're only printing PLA and PETG, saving $100 over the P1S, that ain't that bad. $100 is $100. So it's not screwing people over. It's just you're clearing out old inventory. And if somebody doesn't realize what it is, that's on them. One of the biggest things that bug people about the Rook is that there isn't a screen. You don't realize you don't need one. You just use Marlin. That's true. Like I run Clipper, so this machine doesn't have a screen. This one has a screen, but it's broken. Or wait, you can't see. Woo. Okay. So Cheaty's off because the fan always runs. This one has a screen, but it's not working. This doesn't have a screen. The Rat Rig doesn't have a screen. Big Papa Joey P and the LDO V2 both have a screens, but they're the 12864, like the little itty bitty screens. Like, I really don't care about screens on printers because, again, you want to know what my screen is? This is my screen. I don't know why it does that every time. Yes, I did re-register it. Yes. Okay, cool. Anyways, that's my screen. So, or hey, even more. Hey, it's my phone. I could talk to all my printers with this. Here's my screen. How's the build going? Good. We got to modify some stuff, which is printing right now. I'll swap that out. And then I do have, these are printed. I did finally get them printed because the power finally came back on for a bit. But I do have the, there we go. Do have the Hydra printed for the, that AMS that we got to swap out. So Tuesday is Prusa build. Friday is Hedamame build. Next Saturday is this build. And then it'll be Tuesdays, it'll be Hedamame. This will be Saturdays until this is done. And then hopefully the VZ bot will take over on the Saturday streams. If it shows up in time. It was supposed to ship today or yesterday. Hopefully it did. So one of these days we'll do the swap on that. We'll do the upgrades on Tallboy. We got content for a bit. So. I like having a screen, means I can glance on it. So the thing is, none of my printers are in my room. They're either in the basement or they're out here in the garage. So if I'm monitoring my printer, it's over the network. It's over a webcam. That's why I was really pissed that Bamboo, they finally did it, because enough people probably complained, because that's how they work. You can finally monitor that printer over the network instead of having to connect it to their cloud service. You still can't update the firmware without connecting to the cloud service, but at least, you know, they're somewhat listening. Ever fix the Delta? No, that project's, it does print, but I need to machine some parts for it. So we got to get that CNC printing or cutting some stuff. The webcam still works. Now it does. Okay, so Stranger, before the webcam on the X1 and the P1P only worked if you were connected to the cloud. If you're running the machine in LAN only mode, it didn't work. They've changed that, finally. So let's upgrade the Tico. No, the Tico's staying the Tico. Mac OS is superior over Linux. Linus, fire up Cyberpunk with RTX and let me know how that goes. Never relented on the cloud requirement. There's hope. Call that hope. It's like, you know, hey, why don't you open source everything? Or, you know, how about you just allow your owners to run a PID tune so they can install a proper high flow hotend instead of having to use your high flow PLA to get the temperature, the speeds. The world runs on Linux, okay? But Cyberpunk, well, actually no, Linux runs games pretty good now, a lot of it. Still annoying as shit to use and not practical for everyday people, but it's actually getting a lot better. I run Linux on my laptops. Does anyone use the Cheetah? I'm sure people have. I haven't. When am I going to start printing? I need to get the files for that. Where do you get the files for the Dragster? Could someone in the Discord link me the files to the Dragster so I can start printing it? Yeah, Linux can finally play games thanks to Valve, like going, hey, screw you, Nintendo. We're going to come out with the best Nintendo emulation device ever because you guys have been, you know, sitting on your laurels for way too long, and we got annoyed with that. But yeah, so for those that are wondering about the drag racer, there's the death racers, the tank things. I built one last year for Earth. The motors are way too powerful for it, and I ended up shredding all the drive gears in it. So I'm gonna rebuild it as the dragster because hey, I got the high-speed motors. I might as well use them for a dragster. So I got that, and I might put a camera on it. So we'll see. Put one of those FPV cameras. I think I have a spare one somewhere. I might have a leftover FPV camera that I can pull from. We'll see. Watching this on Linux now. Okay, my laptop one's Linux. Like, do everyone? 1 second here. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. Everyone at Joel. There you go. Everyone give Joel a cookie. He's watching on Linux. Everyone give Joel a cookie. It's not a war. If it was a war, there'd actually be, you know, an actual battle. But like, you know. Let's see right now. Okay, so currently, currently Android's winning. Currently Android is winning. So on desktop though, let's see, currently 68% is Windows and 20% is OS X. And then Chrome OS, wow, Chrome, Linux, you're getting beat by Chrome OS. Yeah. I don't know, that don't look like a war. Can't go back. Okay, Jack Black, you've officially lost. The moment any sort of operating system discussion comes up and somebody drops Windblows, you've lost, because you've lost the argument. You've had to resort to using a 12-year-old, stinky. Yeah, you've lost. Linux is good at some things, but when it comes to a computer that I need to be able to install pretty much anything I need to at any given moment, and it just works. Plus, you know, I like running video games, and they all just work for the most part, except for older ones, but it is what it is. Nobody's perfect. Android and Chrome are on Linux. True, different versions of it. It's all based on the original thing, but it's so heavily modified. You're not running native Android apps. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing the stupid thing. Yeah. But it is what it is. Here, you ready? You ready? Use what works for you and move on with your life. There we go. I run Windows on these computers because, hey, I need to be able to plug in an Elgato Streamlink card or Camlink card and have, you know, all kinds of random niche software for slicing and CAD and whatnot that all works in Windows and has issues in other stuff. So it makes sense. So we're going to call it there. Just screw it. Everyone move back to Windows 3.1. So we're gonna call it there. That's printing the update. I'll swap that in probably off stream. So we'll carry on with this build on next Saturday. Again, Prusa Day on Prusa Tuesday. We're building the Mark IV. So that stream, the next 2 weeks are 2 p.m. streams. So 2 p.m. on Tuesday and Fridays when the streams, or 2:30, sorry, 2:30. Is when the stream starts next week, and then I think the week after we'll do 2, because I think the wife's on vacation. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna call it there. It's Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Shout out to Fabreeko for sending this kit that we're using for this build series. If you want a kit like this or anything else from Fabreeko, check them out. Link in the description below. And also shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we gave away this stream and every stream. Check them out. Links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. So we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go, I think I got leftover pizza. I'm gonna go get some leftover pizza. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. I'll see you on Tuesday. Goodbye.